Hello everyone. So I had a couple questions from Sue about a Scoby. What is a Scoby and where can you get one from? So I thought I'd show you how my kombucha is turning out from last week's video. And as you can see, there's a Scoby that's forming on the top, a new Scoby layer, and then the old mother layer, you might be able to see it at the bottom. So a Scoby stands for a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, and that's exactly what it is. It's bacteria and yeast growing together and helping each other out. So the yeast breaks down the sugars in the tea into carbon and ethanol. And the bacteria then breaks the ethanol down into acids, which are very good for your body. So this whole concept of the bacteria and yeast is much like what you would use as your starter in yogurt. But the Scoby serves another purpose. It's also like a lid, so it stops evaporation from happening so your tea doesn't become less. And it also stops outside pathogens from entering the tea and colonizing it and causing a dangerous drink. So another problem that people often have is when they hear bacteria and yeast, they avoid it if they have candida problems. So the thing with kombucha is that this bacteria and yeast is actually the good kind. So even if you have candida problems, this is actually going to suppress its growth and it's all round very good for you. Children can also drink this. If you watch my video on kombucha, you would have seen that I joked that you should call a hippie if you want to find some Scoby. And that's generally because the Scoby multiplies. So every time you make a batch of kombucha, you're getting about double the amount of Scoby. And so if you know someone that makes kombucha, they're normally more than willing to share their Scoby with you. But if you don't know anyone, then what you can do instead is go to a health shop and buy a bottle of kombucha, and you make 1 cup of black tea and you add your bottle of kombucha, and for this you'll have to wait a bit longer. So you'll have to wait about 2 weeks for a Scoby to start forming, and this is because it has less of the original Scoby in it. I have quite a lot of mother at the bottom here. And that's how you can start off your own Scoby, and then every time you make it from then on, you can use my previous recipes and it will get bigger and bigger. So I need to now strain all of this liquid off and keep the Scoby in a separate jar to make future ones. And from that point, I can add fruit to this to flavor it. Some people will add juice, but I don't like to add concentrated juices. And then the world is your oyster. So enjoy!